All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Dr. Anthony Osegale, Regional Ambassador with GWT. And of course, I have on the call tonight with me, co hosting this call, Regional Ambassador Joy Osegale. And just say hello to everybody.
Hello, everyone on the call. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I just want to assure you that you are in for a bumper time. Welcome on the call.
Amazing. Well, you're logged in at this particular event tonight, this particular webinar tonight, and I guarantee you it's going to be blowing your mind, it's going to be wowing you and getting you ready for that next move that will absolutely expand your organization as you move towards accomplishing your dreams and living your dreams big time. You know, one of the amazing things that has helped us in this business, and the same is true for every top leader in this industry, is identifying and seeing and looking at stories of people who have done amazingly well, how they went through what they went through, and it resonates with you. And at the end of the day, you find yourself so motivated and inspired. And I tell you, people, what it does is it helps to stand on top of their shoulders and you are able to achieve even more. Tonight, we are delighted to be able to interview an Amazon, someone that is such an icon, someone that is amazing. Her story in this industry and in this company, GWT, is just mind blowing. And I guarantee you, you have so much to take away from this call tonight. And it's my absolute pleasure, to introduce our presenter for this evening. And The amazing lady who will be, just feeding from her cup at the end of the day. Our presenter for tonight, Regional Ambassador Hauwa Aliyu Bello. She's a retired banker, now turned full-time home-based businesswoman. She's a regional ambassador. She's a six-figure income earner. That means she has grossed over $100,000 income. And of course, she was the 2013 Rookie of the Year Award recipient. That's lovely. Again, in 2013, she also received the Top Sponsor Award and she bagged the Leadership Award. She's also a 25K club member and she is the only CAP club member from Nigeria and Africa. All right, that means she hit 10K club in earnings in a week. Absolutely inspiring. And of course, she's a recipient of the global revenue share of over $10,000. People, tonight, it's our pleasure to bring on the call Regional Ambassador Hauwa Aliyu Bello. Ari, are you on the call? Can you hear us?
Hello, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Absolutely delighted to have you on the call tonight.
Hello, good evening, Anthony and Joy Osagale. It's my pleasure to be on this call with the two of you and all our team members from Nigeria and Africa and all over the world. It's I feel highly honored to actually, be interviewed on my achievement in GWT. Thank you, ambassadors.
Thank you so very much, ROA Awa. You've always been an icon to me. I remember when I was just about 3 weeks old, 3 to about 4 weeks old in this business, I made contact with you, and you were the presenter for that particular month, Night of Stars. And it was my first Night of Stars. It was my first month in this business, and I made it. I made the ambassadors challenge. I remember speaking with you that particular Sunday, and the words that you shared with me, still remains with me in date. You actually, spark off this new fire inside of me. And I know, you know, that has come a long way because you were actually like the first female leader that I made direct contact with. And you can see that today, those words that you shared with me have brought forth so much result. I want to use this medium publicly to say thank you for inspiring me and thank you for sparking the fire that is residing in me. So, today, the world wants to hear, our team wants to hear, Africa wants to hear you, and indeed the whole world. And that's why we, put this call together. RA Awa Bello, when you launched your VDM, when did you launch your VDM and how did this happen?
Um, Thank you, Ari Joy.
Thank you, ma'am.
I mean, it's interesting that when you recall these moments, at times you do these things, you don't even know. But I really remember when we spoke, and I remember telling you that, look, for you to be able to be an ambassador within a month, I told you then that, look, you're even going to go a longer way than I am doing, or that I did. You remember I said that on that call.
Exactly.
And today you have actually proven it, because the rate at which you are moving in this business, honestly, I mean, for me, it's a thing of joy. And the organization has really provided us with, an amazing, we have amazing tools, resources, everything, and we are a family. And it gives me so much joy to see that people that people you've spoken to in the past, people that you've kind of mentored, they actually come and they're doing so well and so great. And all that I see, it's like, I just have memories, and I'm like, oh my God, this is so interesting. And only in GWT that this can happen, whereby you have new people come and move on, and you're still like keeping good, healthy relationships. So I must really say that you are also very amazing, honestly, an amazing leader. So keep it up.
Thanks.
Yes, back to your question.
Yeah.
Yes, my story.
Yeah.
Yes, I launched my VDM precisely on 16th of January 2013.
Okay. How did this happen, ma'am?
Well, National Ambassador Comfort Nigedu, I was managing her account as a bank manager, and she comes around, and all that. And one day we got into talking, and she told me, look, that there is this business she wanted to introduce me to. And I was like, oh, networking. I'm not really sure I'd like to do it. Well, she said, okay. She came around again some other time, still spoke to me about it. And it was like she wanted to do it at the same time. She saw it was an opportunity. At the same time, she was actually a leader in another company. However, she just thought that, well, she'll give it a try and just see what comes out of it, because she was introduced into it, and she was like, well, she is a leader where she is, but what do I think about it? So this fateful day that I decided, okay, to part with my money, I told her, well, I'll give the money to do this business. However, if I don't build it or do it, I'll end up picking products from the company. And that was how I parted with my funds.
Wow.
Honestly, based on trust for comfort, I knew her. She was somebody that I admired her. She was she's a very, very hardworking entrepreneur. And I've always looked at her that, look, this young woman, and I actually admired a lot about her. So that was how I parted with my money without even bothering where it was going to and all that, because I just trusted that, I mean, she was going to use it for something genuine. And, you know, at that time, it wasn't easy launching a VDM. We had all sorts of challenges because we couldn't even do it from our credit cards. We couldn't do it. I know the money kept going up and down. And eventually, somehow we got the money wired to Canada. And that was how, you know, my registration came through.
Wow.
After then, I remember again, she came up one day and told me, look, I needed to do a monthly thing called inventory accounts. And I was like, look, what's this again? And she was like, I'm told if you don't do it, you won't earn. If you don't do it, you won't build. You won't, I mean, and I was like, okay, so what do I need to do? So she said they needed to speak to us from Canada. I received this call from Canada, and I was asked to actually put my card details in the back office. Of course, I couldn't even do that, but somehow I know that I ended up giving them my card details, and that was how my details were put at the back office, and behold, the IA started, you know. And for months, I didn't even bother to look at the business. I just knew that, look, whatever it is, for somehow I believe that, look, it was the right business, honestly.
Wow.
By April of 2013, Comfort invited me for a presentation in her office. And at that presentation, I also invited 2 of my colleagues then. And on getting to the presentation, we had, you know, when we have this call, you know, then we all sit around and we hear somebody talk to us from Canada, blah, blah, blah. We just look through some videos and all that. And after that presentation, the guest I invited, one looked at me and said, Hauwa, you didn't tell us all the good things about this business. And I looked at her and told her, well, I didn't know much about it. And then they said they were coming on board. And the 2 of them registered as Diamond members. They launched their VDMs that very day. That was April 19. They launched their VDM on that very day, and that was the start. That was the journey. For me, by the following 10 days, I had earned $500 plus $100, making it $600.
Wow, 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 wow. So, I mean, something struck me as you were speaking. You kept talking about trust. You know, you've always admired NA Comfort. You know, you could trust her. That tells us that we could actually, you know, prospect those people that are around our warm environment, people that can easily, you know, trust us and, you know, take us up on our words. Okay, now from what you just said, from January to April, okay, where you launched your 2 diamond, all right, some folks would feel like, why would I be paying IA? You know, because you paid for February, you paid for March, obviously you paid again for April. What would you want to say, you know, to those persons that feels, I haven't signed up someone yet? Why should I be, you know, spending? They call it spending. I'm paying every time, I'm spending money, but I've not been able to sign up anybody yet. What would you say?
Well, for me, I think that was the best thing that happened to me, because not even knowing about this business, but the fact that, you see, I trusted the entire process. I wasn't reluctant to put my card details at the back office. I wasn't reluctant, you know, the monies was being pulled out of my card. I mean, you see, I believe that for this product, so long as they are not products I'm going to have to store or drink, you know, I didn't mind. There were things that I saw the pictures and I was like, okay, I mean, if this is it, I don't mind. I'd love to have them. And aside from that, having been told that without making this thing, this monthly inventory payment, I won't be able to earn. And I already made up my mind that, look, well, I'll do the business. So if all that it takes is for me to do this, and eventually I get products I love, products I know I will cherish, having put in at least 2 people, I mean, it wasn't asking too much. So it made it so easy. You know, I had launched only 2 VDMs, and there I was, I had earned. And not only that week, the 2 VDMs I launched actually launched and became diplomats even before me, because they were eager. Can you imagine? Before the end of April, they had each launched 3 people. It was after they became diplomats that I launched the 3rd diamond, and I became a diplomat. So you can imagine.
Amazing.
You see, so the whole, I mean, the whole thing happened, and it's only in GWT that you can see this.
Absolutely. You know, this is so mind blowing. I mean, it's only in GWT you see someone that you sponsored overtaking you. It is absolutely mind blowing because it's not usual. You know, imagine
You know,
the people that you brought in
exactly.
becoming diplomats before you. Wow. Wow.
So you can imagine. And you see, by the as they launched, I had more earnings, you know. And by the time I got in my own diamond member, I actually became a diplomat without even knowing. So I just was there, and week after week, I get some payments. And of course, the payments were there in the e-wallet. Because I was not so much into the business, I didn't even bother about talking about moving the funds. So the funds were there in the back office. And one other thing, you see, the moment I realized what the business was all about, that April 19th, there were points sitting on my back office, about 23,000 IA points. And I asked what these points were, what they meant, and I was told that that is money sitting there.
Whoa.
Now that you have brought in 2 people, wait and see, you are going to start earning money. And that was exactly what happened after 10 days. So you can imagine, for me, it was like, look, what business is this that is so, honestly, and again, the whole thing about the IA, which makes it the most important aspect of this business. Without the payment of the IA from that, you know, from the time I turned the month in February, I wouldn't have been able to secure these points. But you see, I mean, there were reminders from Canada, and Comfort, you know, visited me and told me. So you can imagine, the company still tries to get in touch with you. They give you the 7 days grace period, and they're able to actually, you know, extend, and you speak with them. I mean, look, I really think that, I mean, this company is just too much, because my points were secured, you know, and I started earning from them. And those points, you know, by the time, these were points on my common leg, by the time, you know, I started growing the business, building my personal leg, at one point, my personal leg became overshot the common leg.
Wow.
So, you know, and my husband, being, of course, he has a background in research, he actually looked at the business one day and studied it and told me that, look, you see what is happening? You actually earn when people make these monthly payments. I mean, that was how I got to know the importance of IA. And I made up my mind that this payment called IA, I will stick to it. Whatever the case, I will stick to it, since I'll be able to earn from IA payments. Without launching a VDM, if your IA payments are regular from your team members, you know that you are going to earn. Yes.
Excellent, excellent. Wow, wow. You see, this is just it because um personally, I see it as if you are not on your IA, it's like someone being penny and wise and pounds foolish, because
Foolish.
you
Exactly.
you tend to pay the highest IA, which is 150 Canadian dollars, and you have the right to begin to make profit leverage on your team. And the IA payment is once in a month. Meanwhile, we
Yeah.
earn weekly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something worth committing yourself to, because you know in the long run you are accumulating points. I actually have, I've sponsored people. I have about 3 or 4 of them in my team that have been in this business for over 1 year, but they are consistent on their IA. I mean, these people, they are not foolish. They know exactly what they are doing. IA is freedom. Such persons, when they get on
Absolutely.
board, they can hit the 10K club in a month because they've been accumulating points, and all the IA they've been paying. I mean, in a year, the IA it's about $1,800 if you are a diamond, of which you can really
Exactly.
circle $2,000 in a week. What are we talking about?
Exactly.
Talking about the IA, RA Joy and RA Hauwa, I always say that the inventory account program is a revolution in the direct sales industry. And big kudos to our CEO, Ramin Mesgalu, for creating this freedom, where you are not under compulsion, where the points are right in there. You do not have to ship immediately. Nothing is automatically shipped out to you, and you have the liberty to choose whatever you want with the accumulated points which your IA represent, because the IA is actually product purchase, your personal volume. It's the second major reason I decided to launch a virtual designer mall with GWT, because when I heard about the IA program, let me tell you my
Exactly.
exact words. Let me tell you my exact words when I heard about IA program. My exact word was, it's impossible, because it meant that the group volume points will be secured until infinity, and you keep getting paid and paid and paid. And most direct sales companies don't want to actually pay you continuously. They want you to lose the volume. They want you to lose. That's why some will tell you they'll pay you on one leg and you lose the second leg. That's why some will tell you they'll pay you to a particular
If
level. They don't want to pay you more than a particular level deep. Okay, but here you have a company that secures that
Dr.
because you're on your IA, and you
Dr. Anthony, Dr. Anthony, in fact, sorry to cut you short. You see, look, this company is simply amazing. If the IA program of GWT was such that you must buy products every month, do you know that probably I wouldn't even have done the IA? Because at that time, remember, I was in banking. I had all my issues, the challenges facing my job. So telling me to come and be buying products every month, I don't think I'd have listened to that.
Mhm.
But for the fact that the scheme is such that it's a layer one, you don't even look. So the IA was being taken and it was being saved there, stored there. I mean, so for me, it was such a good and convenient plan. By the time I got back and I realized what the business was all about, let me tell you, that was when I actually went to start shopping from my mall. So you can imagine not being saddled with, buying products every month, shipping products every month, or buying products that, you don't know what to do with them. Honestly, by the time I decided to shop, Dr. Anthony, I had so much in IA points that I bought a lot of products that people were like, what products are these? And that was another level altogether. We'll talk about that later.
Wow. I have this banner up here and I just keep looking at it. I'm sure in your mind you're like, where did Dr. Anthony and RA Joy find this picture? Where did they see it? I'm sure this was the first GWT seminar in Nigeria, yeah?
Wow,
Or
it
was it
is
this one where we had
2014.
Brian coming? Was it this?
Yes. Actually, Brian came in November 2013.
Okay, 13.
And that was actually, you see, that was actually the turning point. That was when we got to know what GWT was all about. That was when our eyes and ears and minds were fully open, got open to GWT. Honestly, I remember Comfort calling me to tell me that, look, Brian has called from Canada. He wants to visit Nigeria. I mean, blah, 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 and all that. And, we went ahead and planned and got, we got a place at the Musa Yar'Adua Center in Abuja, which is just opposite Sheraton. And it was actually a hall that could take up to like 50 people. And, we just got this caterer to organize food and all that, because we felt that, look, whatever it is, get some side attraction so that people will want to come. And that was it. You see, during that visit, Brian now dismantled the entire GWT story. And that was it. You could see all the friends and people that were invited to come for that seminar. It was something else. That was November 2013. That was when the processes, all those little things, we understood them and knew what exactly this business was all about. And from November, we took the business by storm. And that got us to take the first position in December in Nigeria. January, we still emerged the first position worldwide. And by January ending, I turned an ambassador.
Wow,
yes.
wow. What a story. Very inspiring. Excuse me. I'm looking at this banner right in front of us here on the screen, and I was just nudging my husband to take a look and see. I'm seeing something that I don't want us to just let go of easily, because most LCs, when it comes to financial commitment to meetings and trainings, they feel laid back. I'm looking at tickets, members, 10,000 naira, guest, 5,000 naira. No wonder, champions are built during war. I mean, we're talking about 2014 and guests paying 5,000 for tickets, members paying 10,000, and now you put a boot camp like this webinar is for free and some people are sleeping. But just look at the
Yes,
amount that LCs were paying in 2014 to come for a meeting of this kind, and guests paying 5,000. Anyway, I just needed to point that out because this is. I wonder if we put this price now, what would happen? Wow.
I believe me, if you put this price now, those that will do it will do it. Let me tell you.
The soldiers will do it.
Not everything. Not everything free. Not everything free is really good. A lot of people, I know of so many people that, when you tell them something is free, they wouldn't even bother.
Exactly.
But when you put a price tag to it, especially when it's expensive, they will now say, okay, now she's talking. I mean, when you say things are free, they don't look at it like, oh, it's some free, cheap business. And that is it. And GWT is a brand. GWT is not a cheap business. GWT is a lifestyle. Look, I mean, you see, GWT, I'm sorry, but honestly, GWT is not just for everybody, So you don't have to beg people or get people to pity you and be in GWT. GWT is for people who really want to live the life, that lifestyle. So you can keep talking and preaching to people, so long as, they think that you are dead, or they think that, it's something that, they won't even look. But look, the moment you put a price tag, in 2014, we got members to pay 10,000. Yes, and we got them to get tickets for their guests at 5,000, and they did that, and we were able to hold this summit at Barcelona. That was it, So, and that summit was actually, the beginning. It was actually the first. That was September 2014. Yes. In fact, this particular summit, I remember I emerged regional ambassador the week after this summit. Wow. So for me, I knew I was heading for regional ambassador. So that week that we had this summit was an exciting week for me, because I already knew that my RA was going to be announced immediately. And I remember in June in 2014 at Toronto when we had dinner with Sanaz and Ramin. And Ramin looked at me and asked me, Hauwa, when are you turning regional? And I looked straight at him and told him September. And the week after Renee and Brian left in September 2014, I emerged RA.
Wow.
So, you know, it's I just love my GWT story.
And I love your GWT story.
Oh my God.
RA Hauwa, I'm still not letting this 10,000 and 5,000 go, because I am going to implement it. I'm telling you. Because if a member actually puts 10,000 and the guest 5,000, they will be very serious, because this would distinguish.
Exactly, because remember,
Yeah.
this, you know, our culture in Nigeria. You see, when you have a function and you invite people and you are giving them probably 3 square meals, you know what it means. You see, you don't have to serve the meal at the beginning, but honestly, it goes a long way. It really helps. In 2014, at that summit, I remember people working and eating and having fun. You see, dessert was even served. So what are we talking? You know, so people have got to pay, you know, to be able to enjoy. And that was what happened. So paying these tickets afforded us, you know, to be able to actually give them a meal. I mean, at Barcelona. Yes.
Exactly. That's the luxury lifestyle. Thank you so much, Dr. Anthony.
Well, I'm just right back here, amazed at the kind of things I'm hearing. I mean, Ari Hawa telling us, it's not just about you. We're not begging anybody. We're showing people the opportunity. If somebody tells you no, it's not a rejection of you. It is simply the person not seeing the amazing opportunity GWT is, and that there is absolutely no contest, absolutely no other company that can rival us in anything. And she says to us, it just means that the person is not ready to live the kind of luxury lifestyle that GWT offers. So absolutely amazing, straight on point right there, Ari Hawa. I'd like to ask this next question. Now, you came into this business, first 4 months, you didn't get anybody into the business. That didn't deter you. That didn't distract you. That didn't disturb you. You went ahead, you were on your IA. Eventually, at the 4th month, you registered your first 2 VDMs, Diamond VDM members. Obviously, if you had stopped, you wouldn't have seen those 2 Diamond members. And the next weeks after, you wouldn't have seen the income that was what that would come to you, and the results that eventually started rolling in. Now, your achievements have blown my mind. Let me just read out some things. You have achieved 10K club. That means you've been earning $10,000 in a month. You went on to also achieve 25K club in a business that in the first 4 months, you did not even launch any VDM. You didn't launch one. You went on to achieve the 6-figure club, having earned over $100,000 as at that time. That wasn't enough. You went on to achieve the 10K club, the cap club. I mean, $10,000 in a week. I remember that night my wife and I did not sleep till like 3 a.m. We started re-strategizing, we started planning. I'm telling you, we started planning, strategizing. I was thinking, $10,000 in a week in a business like this, and you just paid IA, I mean, 150 IA for that particular month. What are we talking about? So the question I want to ask you, Ari Hawa, is this. How did you feel, and how do you feel accomplishing all these amazing feats, and how has the rewards been, and how have they affected your life?
Wow. Dr. Anthony, I must say that honestly, to God be the glory. You see, I really kept praying that God shows me an opportunity. God shows me some way. God shows me something that I will lay my hands on so that I just get out of the rat race called banking in Nigeria. Honestly, you see, so for me, it was like divine GWT. Because you see, I'm quite private. I'm a very shy person. I'm not, I mean, by my culture and my religion, I'm not too, but honestly, I've found a business that didn't need me to make all the noise. And that's what I love so much about GWT. Of course, I get calls from different places and I'm able to speak and get them to understand what the opportunity is all about. And honestly, you see, and I got people to actually believe in me. For me, integrity, is something that I don't play with. And I really, believe that, look, if people believe that this thing I'm doing is right, they will do it. And if they do it and it's good for them, they'll be able to also help and grow the team. And at that point, you see, I got people who were LCs from different parts of the country, from different parts of the world that will probably engage me on Facebook or, on the social media. And some will call me and we talk. And honestly, I give them my attention wholeheartedly. And little did I know that all this was being translated into something. By the time I got the Rookie Award of the Year, I was dazed. I was like, oh my God, what happened? And I remember Ramin telling the world that, look, what Hauwa is, to Nigeria is what Sanaz is to him in the company. And at that point, I just realized that whatever you're doing, just do it with your whole heart and just do it. Just have an open mind, honestly, and every other thing will just work out for you. No cutting corners, just do the right thing. And for me, all I can say is I thank God Almighty. I thank Comfort Negedu for telling me about this opportunity because God used her, So, and I also thank Ramin Mesgalu for creating this wonderful opportunity. It was meant to be. And honestly, I put in my best. That was it. It wasn't about trying to do certain things because I didn't even know anything I was doing was being noticed. That is just the truth. That's me, for people that know me. I just did these things innocently, and somehow the results came out. Imagine when I turned ambassador, by January. This is like a year after I had started the business. By March, by March 1st, I was announced, 10K club member. And I was like, all these things, this business, So I didn't know much about the business, but it took me this 1 year. But honestly, I loved it. I enjoyed every bit of it. So now when I tell people about the business and I'm able to tell them certain things, which I didn't know when I started the business, I tell them, you see, you are opportune. Because if I knew all these things, probably I'd have even gone farther than where I am. But I thank God Almighty. So the thing is, whatever you are doing, just put in your best, honestly. Put in your best and just be good. Just have a good heart and have an open mind. And honestly, every other thing will fall in place. So my life, my earnings, my achievements, they've been quite amazing. My family are proud of it. My husband is proud of it. My mom, everybody, they all know about my achievements. And honestly, I remain a very good ambassador and a loyal ambassador to GWT because anywhere I go to, it's GWT and I'm proud of it.
Okay, while we're on this thought, Ari Hauwa, about the achievements, you have received multiple awards, several awards, and recognitions. Can you just tell us a bit about them?
Wow. The 10K club member, which is staring right at me on the screen, it's actually, if you've actually been able to, earn $10,000 in one single month, that's the 10K club. So I became a 10K club in March of 2014, whereby I'm able to earn at least 10,000 in a month. So that is for the 10K club. And you see, the six-figure income club is in this business, if you are able to achieve, six-figure income, you know what six-figure is? You count them, six-figure. And that I achieved exactly 2 years into the business. I remember I was not in Abuja. I had traveled and I received a call that morning from yes, Arika Fina, and she congratulated me, and I was like, "What is that?" She was like, "Look, you've attained the six-figure income," and I was like, "Oh, really? This is interesting." And I just opened my back office, and there I saw, I just saw the mail from head office. So honestly, with each achievement that I got, I felt good, I felt happier, and the most amazing one, the one that honestly I couldn't get over is the CAP Club. I remember myself and R.A. Mayowa, planned a trip for Lagos that, look, we needed to go to Lagos and sensitize our team members, get them to understand GWT better and all that. So this trip, we did the trip 2015 March. Yes. And that week in Lagos, we had a lot of, LCs who came in with prospects, and we got them to understand the business. And, we had registrations, we had VDM launches and all that. Honestly, that week was something, because that was actually, the start of it all in 2015 March. And by the time we got back, with all the registrations and all the activity in Lagos, what happened? The following week, I saw that I had cycled. I counted the cycles. I saw myself counting the cycles at my back office. And, wow. By the time I counted and I saw 39 cycles, I screamed. I said, what is this? Honestly, 39 cycles. And I was like, taking three from one leg, taking 1667 from another leg, another 3333, another 1667. I said this happened 39 times. Honestly, at that point, it was like my system was going to break. I said, what is this? Is this for real? Honestly, I quickly sent, a message to Ramin, telling him that, look, I got this, and he just sent back a congratulatory message saying that, yes, young woman, you've capped. And I was like, oh, cap, GWT, what is this again? Cap. My dear, that is the CAP Club. And when I spoke to Sherry was like, oh, congratulations, how you've actually capped. This is interesting. If you're able to, do this, you're going to start earning from your second and your third VDM in no time. And I was like, really? So what happens is, if you cap in GWT and you are able to do that consecutively for about 8 times, your second VDM is going to be open for you. And for each time you earn from your first VDM, you also earn from the second VDM. So you're going to be earning. If you earn 500 from your first VDM, you earn the same thing from your second VDM or even more, because you're going to be able to start putting people. Because right now, in GWT, we have accumulated points volume that are there on our left and our right for the second and the third VDM, which will be open for you by the time you cap for a certain number of times, I think about 8 times or so. Honestly, and that is it. When you get to that level, you know what? You're just going to be, the incomes will be rolling in. They'll be rolling in. So for now, whatever we are doing is being saved for us in our second and our third VDM. This doesn't happen in any other business, only in GWT.
Wow.
So my people, you've got to open your eyes, open your heart, and try to understand this compensation plan. Ask questions. People should be able to say, why is this? Why is this? You know what, like me, that they were just happening like miracles and magics, and I just found myself, each one, I'm like, oh, what is this again? Well, honestly, it's simply amazing. That is what I can say, Dr. Anthony. It was like, this captain was just the top of the matter.
And I received all caps. It's awesome. I mean, Dr. Anthony,
people, this is, of course, our 2013 Rookie of the Year Award recipient, our 2013 Top Sponsor Award recipient from our CEO, Mr. Ramin Mesgalu. In this particular company, I'm telling you, Regional Ambassador Hauwa Bello Aliyu, just breaking all the records all over the place, and going out there to make it happen. Only with GWT will you see this type of stuff happening, where that results will always follow your action. Even if you are not settling out now, those points are accumulating as you're on IA. You are definitely going to enjoy the fruit of your labor, and that's what we are talking about. Aroy Hauwa, I do remember that you resigned your banking job, all right, and I just wanted to find out, did the steady income from GWT serve as a source of confidence for you to actually resign comfortably from your banking job? Of course, knowing that if you kept building, you wouldn't miss the banking job. I mean, did it give you any kind of comfort, and added courage to say, okay, look, let me even go ahead and implement my desire of stopping this job? Because for many people, they actually want to fire their boss. They actually want to have that time freedom, that financial freedom. I know, is GWT, I mean, GWT gave this to you?
Absolutely, Dr. Anthony. GWT has given me all that the bank did not give me. GWT has been able to make me travel and be able to have time to myself and my family. GWT has been able to make me make breakfast for my husband, without having to rush to work in the morning. Look, GWT has afforded me so much. Honestly, you see, I say that GWT has really given me the time freedom I've always wanted. And you see what? I'm not missing that bank salary or the bank loans and anything, because a lot of times we end up getting all the consumer loans and everything that will keep tying you to the system. And the day they decide that, look, you've got to leave, there's nothing you're doing. And by the time you leave, they're removing all those gadgets from your allowances or from your entitlement. So, I mean, what is it? I'm not missing that for at all. If I had missed it for a day, I'm sure by now you'd have heard that I've taken up another bank job or something. But honestly, with GWT, I found real, freedom. And as I speak to you right now, I travel every year. You see, in fact, I remember last year, after I became a member of the CAP Club, I single-handedly sponsored a trip to the US for myself and my son, thanks to GWT. I had the fun of my life when I traveled, So, what are you talking? In the bank, my leave were being cut to 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I never had the freedom to travel and stay the time to enjoy myself. But with GWT, I can decide. With GWT, there is no honestly, if you it is a system that duplicates. I am not the only one making the money. I make the money, my team members make the money. That is it. My team members, I remember telling me that she was so shocked when she traveled and her GWC MasterCard, and the daughter went shopping and they kept swiping the card.
Wow.
And she said that, look, they had spent about $3,500, and she was wondering, really,
wow,
how this thing works. So yes, that is it. Remember, like I told you, my culture, we don't make so much noise about these things. I have people who are in this business who really are making it, and they're enjoying all that come with it. Yes, but probably they wouldn't even want to be mentioned and all that, But honestly, GWT is real. So if you're one of those people thinking that the payment of IA or the payment or launching a VDM, or you're asking too many questions before you start, the earlier you start, the better. Just close your eyes and start like I did. The questions will answer themselves later on.
I like that.
One more question from me, and I'll let you go and hand you back to RA Joy. She has some amazing stuff to ask you, and I'm telling you, we're getting so many comments right on here, amazing comments from people on the call, and we'll have plenty of reading some of them. And yeah, we'll also give opportunity for a few of our participants tonight just to say a little bit about, what this interview tonight has done for them and in them, from different parts of the world. We'll give that opportunity tonight, So my question is this. There are some people who feel, hey, look, I come into a business and, I just want to, let me just quickly make some money, and then jump off or whatever, not realizing that you come into a business like this, you look at the long-term aspect of it. You look at, building to enjoy residually. All right. What do you say to such individuals? All right. Because you've got to let a soup get well cooked before you eat it. All right. So what do you say to such individuals, who are in the habit of just, always just losing focus one way or the other? What do you say?
Wow. My advice to these individuals, if we have any, is that they should just be focused on GWT. You see, there is no way that you can deal with with two at a time. There is just no way. You can't even be sneaky about it because it will come out and you just feel embarrassed. So the best thing is just be focused. It's either you are in or you are not in. I can't see myself handling, building GWT and building some other MLM because it's just not, it's not just going to work. Where are you? You're either here or there. You're neither here or no there. And if you think that you want to come into GWT and make some fast cash, look, let me tell you, you're cheating yourself. You're actually shooting yourself in the leg because you just come in, get to understand the process, get to be trained, you see, get to know, read the company's policies and procedures. There are basic things that if you come into the business and you take them and you do the right thing, in fact, before you know what's happening, you will be a mentor to so many and you'll be able to get them to be on the right path. So with GWT, it is a process, it is a system. The concept is entirely different. It's not a fast kind of fast business, just come in and hit some money and run off. No, 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 no. With GWT, we're talking luxury. I mean, we're talking, it's a brand, so you can't just come hop into it and then hop out as if you are just, hopping on different buses. I mean, you've got to be able to tell yourself, look, am I being genuine? Am I doing the real thing? And when you talk to 1, 2, 3 people, they don't do the business, it doesn't mean that is all. Look, let me tell you, check your entire contacts. So many of us are on different social media. We are on, we probably go to different blogs and we read and we laugh. And look, as you're blogging on these people's blogs, they're making money. So why don't you use the social media and make money for yourself? We go read on Linda Ikeji, we read all the gossips and we call our friends and tell them, quickly go to Linda Ikeji and read. I mean, what are you doing? The woman is there making money. You are here spreading gossip. I mean, or you are posting pictures. Look, man, the social media for me, make money from it. Use your telephones to make money. With all these expensive handsets we all carry about, why do you buy expensive handsets? I mean, just to pose. What for? Or you want to carry, I mean, a Gucci bag, you want to carry Louis Vuitton because you want to be seen, you want to belong to that class. Come and wear products where you get paid. I mean, wear products. You are the one, you are the one to get people to know about your brand. I won't be patronizing a brand that won't pay me anything because I want to belong to a particular class. I want people to think that, look, yes, I have this bag, I have that bag. No, 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 no. I'm not in that class. So the thing is, open your eyes, my people, and just be focused. Stop running around because you can't even settle anywhere. Even if you say GWT is not it, the other place, you will still run and keep running and running. But you see, with GWT and this concept, it is an amazing concept and it is a special one whereby, what GWT has put in place, I don't think any other company in the fashion industry has done it. So wow. The earlier you get focused, the better. Yes, thank you.
Oh, wow, 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 wow. There is really fire on the mountain and we are all running. I'm so telling you, Hauwa, this has been so inspiring. Have been opportune to, host calls on GWT, webinars severally. And this is one of the few times, if not the only time, I've seen questions trooping in even before we say type your questions. Wow, this is alarming. Dr. Anthony, this is alarming. The questions are just coming in. I hope we won't have to, schedule a part 2. Now, Hauwa, please tell us, how do you handle difficult success partners? If you have any, I do not know, but I just want to assume that maybe you do, all right? But if you do, how do you handle them?
My dear, remember that we're in a business that, we believe in teamwork. I believe in teamwork so much that honestly, you won't know the extent. You see, I'm not in this business by myself or alone by myself. Look, whatever is happening is as a result of the team effort. I have team members who I believe in. I have team members who are doing amazingly so well. If for if for any reason I encounter a difficult prospect and I really need to convert that prospect, I mean, there are steps you take. If you can't do it alone, why can't you invite another team member? I mean, forget it, even if the team member joined the business 10 years after you did. If the team member is good, that team member is good, and that is, you have to give it to the team member. So for me, you see, I go up, I go down, whatever it is, so long as it will work what I want and everybody will smile. You see, so I have been able to associate with a lot of amazing people in this GWT, which the business actually brought all of us together. And today we're all like family. So when I have any, difficult prospect, I mean, whatever it is, I know how to handle it. Definitely that prospect, if the prospect wants to do the business but has certain, certain misconceptions or what do you call it? I know, I definitely know that if that is all, unless if the person is not just interested in, doing a business or doing an MLM, that is it. But if the person only has fears of not being able to do GWT or not being able to, or thinking that it's a scheme or thinking that it's some kind of, for that, I have ways that I'll handle the person. So, I have leaders here. I have the national ambassadors in Abuja. We have Comfort and Abdurazak. I have Mayowa. I have Kafina. I have Lucy. You see, for me, however it suits me, I do it. I have an amazing relationship with all these people, and we all come out and we step up for each other, and that way I know that my difficult prospects they can't escape. Unless if they're not ready to launch. That is one thing I have going for me, I must tell you. And also for my team members, when they encounter such, I just tell them, look, just link me up with that prospect. And after then, you find out that it becomes a smoother, sail all through. Thank you.
Excellent, excellent. Something I'm taking out of here is showing genuine concern to your success partners, because people don't really care how much you know, all right, till they know how much you care. So whether the prospect is signing up or not, whether you are having a difficult success partner or not, just show them love, really. When they perceive that you are not wanting to use them for your own selfish aim, they will definitely work with you. Remember, when you help enough people get what they want, you find out you get what you
Yes, you
want. It
get
is by
what
default. It
you
just
what you want,
happens
definitely.
naturally. This is simply,
Absolutely.
simply amazing. We have really learned so much, heard so much. We could go on and on and on and on. This is just amazing. But we'd like to take questions at this time, and then take comments from one or two persons, and we'll see how it goes right after that.
Okay.
Wow.
We have quite a lot of comments coming in already. We have Nolan Pile from South Africa, my brother and my very good friend and amazing, amazing power leader. Says, wow, absolutely amazing interview so far. And we have Olufunke Okere saying, wow, wow, I'm absolutely inspired. Congratulations, Ene Hauwa Bello Aliyu. You are such an amazing leader. Thank you so much, ROA Joe and Dr. Anthony, for putting this together. Watch out for my successes in GWT. I am so revved up now. That's the intention. That's the intention. Thank you for your kind words. Again, also, we have Rosalind Hato says, what are you talking? Haha, GWT for real. I'm proud to be a part of GWT. And then, of course, again, she says, I'm just loving this from this lady. And then Anita Udenyi, diplomat, says, Are Hauwa, you are simply an inspiration. I'm very confident about GWT business. You got it spot on. GWT is not about making fast cash, but a system, a process. I'm going all the way to GA. And then, of course, Sayo Kuduro asks a question. He says, have you ever felt discouraged or even disappointed since when you started this business? All right. And then before we take that, Yeah, can you just briefly just take that question for us, Ari Hauwa?
Good, 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 good. I love this question. You know what? In whatever you're doing, even in your marriage, there are days that you just ask yourself, look, what is this all about? Look, you see, there are some moments that you just tell yourself, or you get frustrated, or you are a bit down. Look, it happens in every, phase in life, on your job, So you can I won't rule that out. Of course, I have had my down moments in GWT, but that didn't deter me. You see, one thing with me is that when I have issues bothering me, I like to take them up. And honestly, I have had sessions, with the GWT corporate. I mean, because I felt that, look, you see, for me, it's a business. It's about, like I keep saying, integrity. I can't just say I am leaving GWT because there is this issue or that issue and I go to another company. What if there's another issue in that company? What happens? Am I going to be running up and down? Or let me ask you, if you have an issue with your spouse, are you now going to say because you have an issue with your spouse, you're now leaving him to go meet another man or woman? You see, in life, the ability to be able to handle situations actually, is what you should actually work on. You see, how best you handle a situation is what you should look at, and the larger picture is what you should look at. You see, we have had sessions, we have had issues. And remember that GWT is such a young company. Definitely we had our issues, we had our teething problems, but that didn't deter us. Some of us actually took it up and said that, look, we're going to see to the end of these issues, the so-called issues, which are normal issues, they're common issues everywhere. And today, as I'm speaking here, I can tell you with all confidence that GWT is the best company in MLM, because the owners of GWT, the company, the corporate, everybody has taken time to actually structure and make sure that the company works and everything is perfected to suit this company and to suit the luxury consultants. So, answering your question as in, if I've had issues or problems with GWT, yes, but I didn't allow that to affect me in any way. It only made me a stronger person. Wow. And today I am glad that I stayed. I am glad that I believed in the company. I am glad that I believed in Rami Mesgalu and his people. Yes.
Absolutely, because the fact of the matter is this: you've got to chew up challenges. I said to myself, this is home. GWT is home for me, and whatever challenges will come on the stage. I tell you something, I'll eat it up.
Do you know what, Dr. Anthony? I like what she said. There's a particular line that I just love. I love you, Hauwa. She said, if when you are married and you have issues with your husband, will you walk out and go and marry another one? No.
Every single time you have an issue, you jump somewhere else. No. You make it work. All right. So I'm absolutely delighted, Ari Hauwa. We learned so much from you tonight. So much more to learn from you tonight. And so many amazing questions coming in. I tell you, people, once you set your mind to say, good, I'm in this to make it happen. This is the mentality Ari Joy and myself have had from day one, and that's the reason you all are witnesses to the amazing speed that we've grown in this company and in this business, because the mentality has been here. We are here to provide solutions. We are here to help everybody. We are here to support everybody. We are here to solve problems and go ahead and achieve our dreams. Nothing will stop us. Nothing can stop us. This should be your mentality. Nothing can stop me. Yeah. I'm building something for my next generation. I'm building something for my my generation unborn. I'm building something for my community. I'm building something for my country. I'm building something for my state. I'm building something for the society. So you give it what you've got to give it. You learn what you need to learn, and you go out there and make it happen. Because there's nothing in this life where you don't have challenges, where you don't have opposition, but you eat them up. You eat them up because you want to get ahead.
Exactly. Definitely. And honestly, one thing I want to also speak about is that, you see, for every prospect you see, don't look at that prospect as the prospect that will make you earn the next $500. No. Don't do that. Any prospect that you see, look at it and look, you want to help this prospect change his or her life. You want to be able to help this prospect to touch other people's lives. let me tell you, don't think now because you have some points sitting there, you want to quickly catch them and then, get people. That way you'll be hurting people, because these people, you will just force them to join the business and they won't know anything about the business. But you know what? To yourself that, look, you should be able to speak out the truth and do the right thing. So when you see a prospect or you have a prospect in mind, try and make sure that you genuinely convert that prospect and ensure that that prospect builds, and you help that prospect to build. That is it. You see, after the last convention in Toronto, I remember my roommate. We actually met in 2014 at the convention, and this last convention we actually were roommates. And honestly, I remember by the time we got back after convention, they had sent me somebody's number in Lagos, and I mean, they were prospecting him. And after I placed a call through to the person and we all spoke, I mean, by the next week, this man, launched his VDM as a diamond member. I mean, and his sponsor is in St. Lucia. You see, that wouldn't take away anything from me. So you see, you should be ready to help people as much as possible. Do it with all your heart. Do it with all your heart, honestly. And when you do it, you wait and see the results, because you only get happier and you'll be blessed. Thank you.
Absolutely. Let's just really rush through a few more comments, and then we'll just get a few leaders to say one or two things. We have Nancy McLeod saying, thank you very much, and you're an inspiration to everyone. Teresa Kalis says, amazing. I'm very revved up. Wow. We have Stephanie Sachivi. I never had the opportunity to hear her testimony said by herself. Is seriously amazing. And then Christiana Toa from Ghana says, wow, this is awesome. My set time. All right. So absolutely, a lot of stuff still coming in, but let's just get one or two persons to say something. We have all the way from Houston, Texas, USA on the call tonight, Ambassador Rennie Akintunde. Osegali Akintunde. Ambassador Rennie, you're on the call. I'm just going to unmute you. I hope I can still see her. Okay, appears maybe our device is having some issues. She was on the call earlier. Oh, yes. I see you. Yeah. So how has this experience been for you tonight, and how has it been for you, Ambassador Rennie?
Right. Good evening, GWT family members in Nigeria and worldwide. And it's such an honor to be to actually make this webinar and be part of this wonderful webinar. I wouldn't miss it for the world. I know I met R.A. Hauwa in Canada, and she impacted me in a way no one has ever impacted me. She told me her story, and that story stayed with me. And that's the story I actually brought to a lot of people, so that her story is so inspiring. And I think with that story, you actually feel you can do anything. You feel powerful as a woman, as a person. So I didn't want to miss this for anything. And I just want to say to everybody out there that this is a very good company, Global Wealth Trade. And according to what R.A. Hauwa said, which is, she also had issues. There's going to be issues in anything you do, but you have to make up your mind from day one. That no matter what, you're going to be focused and you're going to keep pedaling. You're going to keep going, because that's the only way you can get to the end. You cannot reach where Hauwa is today if you don't carry on. And the issue of the IA, that seems to be a very big issue for a lot of people when they join the company. And I always tell people that, like R.A. Joyce said, it's a very small amount of money. It's not something that you even want to think about. So it's something that you have to do if you want to earn. If you want to earn in the long run, you have to keep doing this IA. And most of the people that LCs that I have enrolled, I let them realize the importance even before I enroll them. And if they know they cannot commit to it, I really ensure that it's very important. Otherwise, there would have been no point of you coming in. So, but I just wanted to, thank Dr. Anthony for obviously bringing me into this company, and also Are Joy for her supportive words, and also Are Hauwa for being an inspiration to everybody worldwide, especially here in America. Your story is the key story I use to get people on board. And thank you so much for the good work you've done. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so
Yo,
much,
sorry.
Pastor
I
Rennie.
also have a question. I have one more question. Sorry, before I go. Now, this question comes up a lot, which is people's. You won't believe it. Some people still think GWT is a pyramid scheme. In fact, I was speaking to R.A. Sherry yesterday, who we spoke for a while, and she sent me a video, a cartoon, which was very nice. But I wondered if R.A. Hauwa can share with us if she's ever had this problem and how she handles it, please.
Okay, Ambassador Rennie, Ari Hauwa probably is going to be on another call with us to deal with this. We have just a few more minutes left on this call, but I tell you this, it's as though you knew the next training that we're going to be handling on this Millionaires training portal that we have here, the TMG Millionaire Strategy webinar. The next training we are having, we are dealing with how to differentiate, or the difference between network marketing and a pyramid scheme, and how to handle those questions when you're in the field. I commonly get this kind of response from people. They are questioning net directives industry. I get those kind of questions all the time, and there are unique ways that we as leaders have handled them. And it's important that you know the background of the major difference between network marketing and a pyramid scheme. So the next training we're going to have, coming up will be about how to spot this difference and what to do in dealing with this. So everybody stay tuned. Make sure you are on that next training, to get that, out, and you get that knowledge and use it for you. All right, very quickly.
Dr. Anthony?
Yeah.
Yes, before we check out, can I just say one thing to Rennie on that, please?
Okay.
In GWT, you know what? It is never a pyramid scheme. It is not a pyramid scheme. I always, always feel so happy to tell people and point it out to people that, look, you can start GWT and somebody that started a year ago or 2 years ago can come be on your level or even surpass you. What are we talking? I mean, I started GWT before National Ambassador Abdulrazak Abdul Aziz. And where is he today? He is the National Ambassador. I'm a Regional Ambassador. So where's the pyramid there? Look, Regional Ambassador Kafina Ajibola started GWT a year after I started. But look at this same lady, is a Regional Ambassador. She has, she's actually, being a member of, the 10K, the 6-figure. Look, what are we talking? Regional Ambassador Kafina actually earned from the global revenue sharing. So what are we talking? There is no pyramid scheme present in GWT. They only need to know the difference between a pyramid scheme and a non-pyramid scheme. So Ambassador Rennie, you've got to be able to see and know what exactly, how the GWT concept is and how it is built. There is no pyramid existing at all in GWT. Thank you.
Awesome. Very briefly, I'm going to just ask leaders. Thank you so much, Ari Hauwa. And, Ambassador Rennie, thank you for bringing that on the form. You're actually right in there. You're pulling it out. A leader that's doing great things in Houston, Texas, opening that market big time. Thank you for all your sacrifices and all the things that you do to expand that market. Now, we have Ambassador Maureen Apollos on the call. Just 30 seconds, people. Give us your comments about how this webinar has been for you. And then, so a lot more persons can speak. We need to draw the webinar to a close in the next few minutes.
Hello, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Go on, Ambassador Maureen.
Hi,
my leader, my champion. Oh my God, I'm so revved up. I remember what Rennie just spoke about. You actually spoke to me and Rennie that day in Toronto. And you told us, don't ever, there was one word you used for us, don't ever get angry with anybody. If anybody does anything to you in this business, don't ever put it in mind. Don't ever get angry. Just move on. And you know, that has really, really helped me. Sometimes, yes, like someone rightly asked, because I've been following all the questions. Do you really get angry? Sometimes do you feel like quitting, or I'm just paraphrasing that question right now. And yes, sometimes I just feel so angry about some things. But if I remember I was that, I just keep calm. It's better I don't speak. It's better I don't speak than if I speak, you wouldn't like what I will say. So sometimes I just keep mute. I just want to overcome that period. I want to say a very big thank you to you today. In fact, simply put, you've blessed me. This night you blessed me. I just couldn't stop smiling. I was just smiling. When I saw the advert of the promotion, my leader, I trust him for that. I'm like, which training is this one now? Millionaires, billionaires. Okay, now let us go. You know, when he says move, I move. Thank you so much, Pastor Anthony. I so much love you. And to my sister, Joy. You are still my sponsor. You know I love you so much. Thank you for all that you guys are doing for me in this business. Hauwa, you've just blessed me. I want to hear from you again and again. And please expect so many mails from me henceforth. Right now, on the spot, you are now one of my five. No going back. Thank you very much. And so you people out there, please, whatever you have heard tonight, put it to work. There is no magic to success in GWT. Just follow the process and you will get the result that all these great leaders are getting. I'm so going to go back to my drawing board and I'm going to do all that I have to do. All out massive action. Trust me, just watch out for me. Thank you all, guys. I'm so excited. Thank you for this call.
Thank
all right,
you, Maureen. Thank
right
you.
away, Maureen is on fire. Right away, I'm going to call my South African brother, diplomat Nolan Pile from South Africa. Just a few words from you, Nolan. I'm sure Sima, your wife, is there with you as well.
Wow, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in the world. Firstly, thank you, Dr. Anthony and Joy Osikala, for hosting this call. Fantastic calls. You know, we're still on a high, and you're right, Sima is with me right next to me as well. So we're quite heated up. We love what we're hearing from Hauwa Bello. It's absolutely amazing. And you know what's sticking out in my head is you started this business in January 2013. So this means in under 3 years you got retirement. Absolutely crazy, right?
Yeah.
People have to work like 30, 40 years in order to go into retirement, and you've done it in under 3 years. So to everyone who's in this call, and I only have 30 seconds to speak, take action, take massive action. You know what? Any obstacles coming your way, brush it off and move on. As we said before, this business is not for everyone. So we got to move on from that and not let it hold us back down. So always push ahead and carry on. Just don't stop at all. Keep the momentum. If you look at what our CEO has given us with the Diamond Rush, it's unbelievable. There's nothing stopping anybody from becoming ambassadors and beyond as well. So thank you very much once again. But 3 years to retirement, wow, absolutely crazy.
3 years.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Nolan Pile. And say hello to Sima for all of us. Amazing couple doing big things in South Africa and Southern Africa. You know, I give it up to you guys. Absolutely. Now again, we go all the way to the Republic of Ireland just to hear a greeting from our power expansion leader right from there, Nicholas Oibo. If you're on the call, Nicholas, could you just let us know, your comments about this training tonight? Hello, Nicholas. You need to unmute yourself at your end. Okay. Seem to have an issue getting Nicholas on the call. We'll just take 2 more. I thought I saw. Okay, yes. We'll have the Cameroon expansion leader, Claudine.
Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, yes.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right. Wow. I don't know what to say. I'm on fire. All I can say, anybody that have missed this should get ready to have the recorded version and push out. Go out there and do what you have to do to get to the top. There is no alternative to success. I'm fired up. I'm revved up. I'm going crazy. I feel like getting up tonight and start moving around. but it has to be done. Wow. Wow. Wow.
I mean, you can see the passion in Nicola's voice. You can feel the passion, the fire. You can feel it, people. You can feel
Wow.
it. Awesome. All right. Just unmuted Claudine, Cameroon. If you're there, Claudine, just a few words, tonight. Just unmute yourself if you're there. Yeah, that's it.
Yes. Hello, everybody. Good evening. Good afternoon. I don't really know what to say. I don't really know what to say. I'm speechless. Hearing R.A. Hauwa, I'm just like, wow. What should I do now? What should I do? But I know what to do. What I have to do now is just to go out and just start talking and talking and talking and talking and talking. And also, I want to thank R.A. Hauwa for sharing the IA issue. It's really important, and I hope all my team out there are really in this call, and they are really this. I don't know how to explain myself in English. I don't know how to say it in English, but I know that
you can speak
from
French.
now on, this IA issue must be solved. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, R.A. Hauwa. Thank you, Dr. Anthony. Thank you, R.A. Joy. You people are so much. You are so much. Thank you, everybody.
Absolutely. Thank you so much as well. We will not bring this call to a close without just having our last ambassador of the month who did a yeoman's job. Absolutely fantastic man, Daniel Olorunshoyi. This amazing gentleman, a great professional leader. Danny, your thoughts tonight?
Hello, Dr. Anthony. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Oh, great. Amazing call tonight. R.A. Hauwa, God bless you for sharing your story with us. I'm so revved up right here. It's I'm lost for words, actually. But one thing I can say is truly with global world trade, the opportunities are endless. And like Nolan rightly said, it just took her 3 years, and she got into retirement. Amazing. 3 years. So I think that we should also put something in perspective, that every one of us, let us look at this, not just in the short term, let's look at the medium term, and let's look at the long term. What if it takes 5 years for you to get the financial freedom that we all want? Is that not worth it, as compared to having to work for 30, 35, or till you're 65 years, and then all you have to go home with is a plaque or something, So it's, for me, it has broadened my horizon. I'm looking at the medium and the long term, and then I'm just completely revved up. So I'm grateful, Dr. Anthony, for, letting me know about this amazing opportunity. I'm forever grateful. And also to my team members, and to every other person, let's do this. Let's just go out and do this. We're in the right business. We're in the right line of business. It's recession proof, just so you're reminded. And whatever it is that you have lined up in terms of financial goals, it is achievable with global world trade. So thank you very much again. God bless you, Hauwa. I'm going to listen to this call again and again. And then just thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Powerful AOM, for the last month. Great job stepping up. And one way you can actually do so well in this business is step up to leadership and step up to train others and help others, and you get ahead. Now, I've had Ambassador Neka Imenike. Our hands have been off for a long time. Ambassador Neka, I've unmuted you. Just some few words. Can you unmute yourself at your end, please?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, GW family. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Oh, Harry, brother Dr. Anthony. It's been wonderful listening to R.A. Hauwa, crushing in the sense that she addressed most of the challenges, that most of us have come to handle in this business. But I just want to say that there is an aspect of GWT that people do not most times take cognizance of. And that aspect of GWT is that GWT enables you to develop yourself personally. It broadens your horizon. It makes you to see beyond where you are and look right far beyond, in fact, the immediate future. And this business has helped me in several ways, in several ways. Yes, I had the challenge of being discouraged and quitting, but thank God for R.A. Hauwa, for N.A. Comfort, for even you, R.A. Joy, and R.A. Dr. Anthony, and my sister of life, Ambassador Mori. And I'm grateful that I have these people in my line of business. And I want to say that this very, very webinar has revved me up the more. This is a business that there is no boundary. The whole earth is a platform that you can transact in. So once again, I want to thank Ramin Mezgalo for bringing this business on and giving each and every one of us the opportunity to be part of this success story. To the billion, everybody.
To the billion. Thank you so much, Ambassador Neka Emenike. So we'll be bringing this call to a close. Before we do that, people, the Diamond Rush June promotion is on up until 1st of July, and I've got just a couple of days left for this. And basically tomorrow, during our Sunday Night International Leadership Training webinar, you don't want to miss that training tomorrow, which is a regular Sunday night webinar. You will learn how to take advantage of the amazing Diamond Rush promotion from top strategy leaders from across the world. Remember, intelligent action will always get you ahead. So get the cutting instrument sharpened, and the effort you put in will be reduced, and you'll still get the same job done. So very important. You want to get your jotters, get your pen, and be on the webinar tomorrow. Tell everybody about it. If they've not been on the webinar before, give them the link. The AOM Lachua was going to post it out, the link, in a short while. Make sure you register. Get every person who has probably not registered for the Sunday webinar to be on it tomorrow evening, at 8:45 p.m. and get that particular training. And again, people, remember, our next training webinar on TMG Millionaire Strategy webinar will be on the subject, the difference between network marketing and a pyramid scheme. And of course, how you can deal with any objection in this area while you are out in the field. So from me, Dr. Anthony, I love every one of you. Thank you for being on the call. R.A. Hauwa, last words. Last words, any R.A. Hauwa? Okay. R.A. Joy?
Well, for me, this has been one of the best webinars that have ever been involved with and have been opportune, to manage. Now, the difference between those of you on this call and those that were not on this call will be in your doing. Otherwise, you may as well have been sleeping all this while. So let there be a difference that you invested this 1 hour, 30 minutes, to upgrade yourself, to improve, on your value, which is expected to bring out greater output, because we it's the same amount of time that we have everywhere in the world, 24 hours, in a day. But the difference is in our technical know-how, the things that we have been exposed to that we put into action. So in a nutshell, what I'm saying is this: don't just be a hearer, is the doer of the word, whatever word it is, that is blessed. Now, you have been hearing words, you have been listening to, trainings, you've been listening to R.A. Hauwa. I mean, it won't be out of place if in 6 months' time we are bringing you up on stage to come speak to us. Tell yourself, I may not have a story right now, but I give myself 6 months' time. I give myself 3 months' time. I give myself 1 year time. I will walk into a room and someone will say, that's her. Someone will say, that's him. Because of your tremendous story that have been inspiring life everywhere. I'm so much grateful to our CEO, Ramin Mesgalo, for, creating this mind-blowing financial freedom movement. I'm also grateful to our senior vice president for being a mighty support all this while. I thank R.A. Awa for being on the call. I thank Dr. Anthony, who have always been, a support to me. And I thank all our team members, because without you, there will not be any team. Remember, you may not have a story today, but you definitely can be a story. So get on and begin to do those things that you said you will do. Don't just plan to do them. Get on doing them right now. And before long, people will say, that's her, that's him. God bless you.
Thank you so much. Ari Hauwa?
Thank you, Dr. Anthony, for putting this call together with your wife, Regional Ambassador Joy Osagele. You guys are amazing. You've been able to actually, see what you can do to help a team to actually, get people together. And I want to remind everybody that GWT is a family. And this is the first time I'm actually enjoying business, like this, where, the company has been able to get us together. You meet people that you didn't know from anywhere and you become, friends, you become family. And we're all here to help support each other.
Yes.
So feel free, be in touch, and let's all move and get GWT to the next level. This decade is for us. So to the billions, everybody, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Very interesting. People are still logging on to this call at this time. People are still joining the call at this time. It's amazing. Well, folks, thank you so very much for being on the call. The recorded version will be out in a short while. Share with your team and inspire everybody. Until we see you all, or we interact with you all on our next TMG Millionaire Strategy webinar, keep going out there and making things happen. Have a fantastic night. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.